All right, welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks everybody for tuning in back every time. It really means a lot. Thank you so much. We are here to talk about the Arsenal takeover and the second bid. That is what we're going to talk about in this video. As per Patrick Viera, Daniel Ek will try again and again and again because he loves Arsenal. He's committed and he will do anything to make sure that Arsenal goes back to the top, either by forcing the Kroenkes to get involved or forcing them to sell the club. What do you think will happen? In the comments below, tell me your opinion about this. Is Patrick Viera really serious? Are we going to see Daniel Ek get a second bid? And how excited are you about Ek's second bid? Because me personally, I thought he had given up. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and of course this video is brought to you by OneXpert. What OneXpert do is they bring you all your betting things. They will actually bring you all your games for betting. Make sure you visit their website. Link is in the description. Use Cossy Media as your promo code to win up to $130 instantly in bonuses. But you can also win a couple of prizes in TVs, phones, smartphones, smart TVs, and a couple of other things. You can visit their online casino. I'm not so good at casinos, but I like their website and I like their its color, and I bet with OneXpert. So make sure you go and visit OneXpert and bet with them. Let's get into it. So in this video, we're gonna discuss a story. This is Patrick Viera. He said Daniel Ek will definitely try to buy Arsenal again. He's a massive Arsenal fan. His desire and commitment to Arsenal will be very, very fantastic. Very, very fantastic. He will wait. Over the last few years, the club hasn't gone in the right direction, and I think it's time for a change. He also said, Patrick Viera, in his own words, he says, we can only make a judgment from outside. We watch every single game. We watch every Arsenal single game. And it's difficult to recognize the club that we used to play for. And it is also difficult to understand the reasons why Arsenal went down in the last couple of years. That's according to Patrick Viera, ex-Arsenal captain, captain of the Invisibles, captain of that team that all of us do adore a lot. All the young fans, one of the things we can only do is think about that Arsenal side that really was very, very massive in 2004, 2005, 2006, and probably 2006, 2007. But I think this is an interesting story. I'm gonna try to quote some of the big websites, and this is from the Metro. I'm going to try to read parts of Viera's interview that I found very, very interesting. And this is what he said. It might be something like a repetition, but this is from the Metro. He said, we can only make a judgment from outside. We watch every single Arsenal game, and it is difficult to recognize the club that we used to play for. It is difficult to understand the reasons why Arsenal went down the last couple of years, but obviously losing Arsene and not finding the right sort of crew to handle the fact that Arsene wasn't in place. And he says, and I think every single year Arsenal didn't go through to the Champions League, or even this year when the club did go to the Europa League. This is a very big disappointment to all of us as Arsenal fans. He says, but we get the time where everybody at the club, the Kroenkes, need to get more involved to take Arsenal back to where the club should be. If that's not the case, I think it is time for them to let the club go and let someone else take care of the club. Confirming Ek would return with a fresh offer, Viera continued saying that he's definitely going to try again. I've loved Viera's interview. I really did love Thierry Henry's interview because he was the first person to speak about the consortium and how involved they were with Daniel Ek. But what I've loved with Patrick Viera, he's spoken like he is still an Arsenal captain. He didn't speak like an Arsenal fan. He didn't speak like an Arsenal ex-player, but he's speaking like an Arsenal fan as well as a captain. He says the club has fallen in the past years. We don't know the reason as to why the club has fallen so much, but what we can say is the Kroenkes either need to get involved, which is the easier thing to do by them, because I've told you before, for me, my problem with the Kroenkes is that detachment. Whenever you're detached from something, you can never take care of it. I mean, they're emotionally detached from Arsenal and football. We understand. I mean, I don't want to attack them from where, because of where they come from, but it is clear that the sport they love is not football. The things they love are not football. But you don't need to be very detached from your business. I mean, it's if you can't treat us emotionally as an enterprise, I mean, treat us like a business, and in a business way, at least invest to make profits. If Kroenke invests money in Arsenal to make huge profits, nobody's gonna care. I mean, you're investing in the club, it's buying players, the fans are getting the trophies, you're making ridiculous amounts of the money, amounts of profits. Nobody's gonna ask you, Kroenke, we made 250 billion. Where is it? Nobody's gonna ask you ever. No one is ever gonna ask you. What we are saying is, try to look at the club, the way it is run. It is wrong. Getting the right managers in these top positions, getting the right players on the pitch. That is all an Arsenal fan is asking for. Nothing more than that. So I love why I love Patrick Viera and what he spoke about the takeover is, it's either the Kroenkes give us what we want, or they have to go. The likes of Dennis Beckham, the likes of the likes of Thierry Henry, all of them say the same thing, but they were sugarcoating. But the captain, I think this is the reason as why he's meant to be a leader. He's spoken it outright through. You've got to do this. Help the club go back to where it should be, or or make way, and that's it. So he says Daniel Ek is gonna try again to buy Arsenal. For me, that is interesting as well. That is very, very massive, because in his statement, he said they don't need the money. I was so afraid. I thought he had left. I thought things had wrapped up. And you remember I did a video about that, and I was like, I'm disappointed in Daniel Ek. But let us wait for the second bid. I think it could be around 2 billion. It's all about pushing the Kroenkes into making a decision, and this is something Ek knows. This is something the consortium knows. When they were joining this, they should have anticipated it was never gonna be easy. I said it before. If I have a business that makes me crazy profits, and I'm not investing, there's no way I'm gonna sell to you that business unless the customers put me on pressure, the workers put me on pressure, and maybe the community and the environmentalists. Apart from that, there's no way I'm gonna sell such such a business. It's the same way with the Kroenkes. They're getting a lot of money from Arsenal ever since they bought the club fully in 2011. They have not invested a single penny. I mean, they only bought Thomas Partey for us, 45 million pounds. Ridiculous amounts of money they are taking out of this club. And Viera says it's time for you guys to go. It's time for you guys to to sit on on the board and tell us this is what we have to offer. I mean, you can't be like Willian, because the likes of Willian, they don't owe the club anything. They don't owe the club anything. The Kroenkes owe Arsenal almost everything. You are owners. You've taken this club from the hands of people who love the club, the hands of people who thought they would actually do whatever it takes to make Arsenal great again. You've promised that you're gonna be good custodians. That's the word they use. That we are custodians. We are fucking custodians of this club. And if you're custodians, you've got to make sure that whatever you're keeping, is in good hands. Whatever you're keeping is good shape. Is in good shape. Arsenal has run out of good shape. Arsenal has become, a nuisance. Every club is laughing on Arsenal. It's become a laughing stock, and that is something that has got to change starting this summer. So I don't expect the takeover to happen before the summer. So in this summer, all we have to do is pray and hope that the Kroenkes put their fingers in their fucking pockets to give us some money and spend. Otherwise, we are going to have the worst summer, and we're going to have the worst season next season. So people, what do you think about Daniel Ek coming back? Do you think it will result into something that maybe the club will eventually get sold? Do you think it's gonna be just a roller coaster? I mean, you know, rotating around and around and around and around, and in the end, the Kroenkes retain ownership. Do you think it will force the Kroenkes to sell? Because for me, that's what I want. At the moment, instead of, you know, because the takeover will take some time. If they do not invest in summer as the Kroenkes, trying to sell to Daniel Ek, it's gonna take a lot of time. I would rather they invest in this summer. We make a formidable force next season, and then after this summer, Ek buys the club. That would be awesome, because what that gives you as a club, it gives Daniel Ek a lot of time from this summer to next summer to work on his financial status, decide on what amount of money he's gonna provide with the club with to invest in the next summer. But anyway, let us wait for the second bit. It is confirmed by Patrick Viera that the guy is still here and he is not going to go away. My name is Cossy. That has been the last upload today, and I'll speak to you in the next one. Please do smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you tomorrow in the morning with the latest Arsenal transfers. If you don't want to miss anything, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Video is brought to you by One Expert. Link is in the description. Make sure you check out their website for amazing offers. $130 for you to win, and of course prizes like TVs and smartphones.